Hello everyone, this is Tom Fox. I would like to welcome you to the Sunday Book Review. The Sunday Book Review is the series where I discuss books which impact the compliance practitioner, the legal professional, and the business professional. I hope you will enjoy this episode. The Sunday Book Review is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
The summer event Ahsoka is now streaming on Disney+. Witness the thrilling adventure of former Jedi Knight Ahsoka Tano as she uncovers a disturbing new threat to the galaxy far, far away. Don't miss the highly anticipated Star Wars series Ahsoka, now streaming only on Disney+.
In this episode of the Sunday Book Review, we take a look at books about internal auditors and internal auditing. This podcast is for both the audit professional and the compliance professional. For the compliance professional, we begin with Auditing for Dummies, the easy way to master the art of auditing and hone your investigative skills. This is a friendly guide, obviously written for auditing, but I think it's great for internal auditors too, auditing such topics as Auditing 101, risk, auditing in the real world, following the money, sealing the deal, and after the audit. Next up, Fraud Examination by Stephen Albrecht, Chad Albrecht, Conan Albrecht, and Mark Zimbelman. Learn to identify, detect, and investigate financial fraud with the latest edition, the fourth edition indeed. Study the nature of fraud investigation today. Throughout this edition, technology will guide you to both accomplish fraud detection, fraud remediation, and hopefully a root cause analysis as well. Next up, a simplified approach to advanced auditing and professional ethics. This advanced audit book unifies the knowledge of accounting, law, and technology and has been written for students with updates from both audit requirements and professional ethics requirements. So it gives the student a broad range of information that they can utilize both for their audits and their professional requirements around audits. And we save for last the Forensic and Investigative Accounting 8th edition by Professor Larry Crumbly. Forensic accounting is obviously a growing area of knowledge and skills and abilities, and advanced accountings are combining investigative expertise and applying to legal problems. This may be more so true with the PCAOB's recent announcement. Forensic accountants are often asked to provide litigation support, and in the FCPA world, follow the money, which might lead to a major corporate investigation or enforcement action. All accountants, external, internal, forensic, and corporate, must possess a knowledge base to develop these techniques. This text provides unparalleled guide to help develop the mindset and skill set to meet the evolving challenges facing internal auditors today. The 8th edition includes new fraud schemes, numerous eyewitness and spotlight stories, new forensic techniques and tools, and the edition brings the reader up to date with the latest cybercrime activity and cases and documents the latest corruption schemes and explains how to prevent them. In short, this one book brings you through the basics and will allow you to move forward into 2023 and beyond. I mentioned the PCAOB and their proposed rules, which would require internal audit to look at fraud risk and compliance risk, and this book will certainly help you if these rules become final. I hope that both the compliance professional and audit professional listening to this podcast will take a look at one or more of these books. Into the Compliance Podcast Network, it's Two Gurus Talk Compliance, where, with my friend and colleague Christy Grant Hart, we take a look at some of the top compliance commentary around. It's a long form, up to 1 hour podcast, but if you're interested in compliance, if you're interested in Christy Grant Hart and myself talking about compliance, this would be a great podcast for you to check in on. It premiered on March 10th on the Compliance Podcast Network. I know you'll enjoy this latest offering. Additionally, We have Data-Driven Compliance, which is a podcast where I look at the use of data in compliance programs. This is perhaps the most cutting-edge podcast I have going right now. And if you're interested in how data can be used, how to structure a data analytics program, what tools are available out there for you, and how compliance practitioners are using data, this is certainly the podcast for you. So check out Data-Driven Compliance, all on the Compliance Podcast Network. The Sunday Book Review is a production of the Compliance Podcast Network.
This podcast is a part of the C-Suite Radio Network. For more top business podcasts, visit c-suiteradio.com.